Hey guys, and welcome to Rex Games. So after a lot of you watched my slow time tutorial, I got a lot of suggestions saying, what if this sort of slow time effect was more of a superpower than it is just a different perspective on the action? So for example, what if the Flash had a gun and he ran around shooting things? So in that sort of sense, the slowing down in time is more of a perspective of the player and not the perspective of the third person. So thankfully, when I created this slow time implementation, I made it as abstract as possible. So if we want to remove the slow time effect from any one of our objects, all we've got to do is eliminate that time multiplier. So let's jump into objects, object player. So he's our protagonist. He's going to be our superhero. His sort of slow time is just increasing his reflexes. So he's moving faster than everyone else, and they experience this slowness. So to him, it looks like everything's going slow, but in actual fact, he's just going really fast. So do remember that this means that only he is speeding up. Only his movement is speeding up. If he has to shoot a gun, the projectile is going to be flying out of that gun at the exact same speed as it always did. So in an effect, he can be moving faster than the speed of a bullet. So let's go through all our events here and make sure that they don't take into account the time multiplier. So let's go to the create. Let's have a look here. Nope, it's not taking into account the time multiplier over here. If you don't know anything about the slow time tutorial, please check out the video in the description or the one on the banner. Otherwise, you're going to be kind of lost. So let's go to our next event, this step. There's going to be a lot to do with time multiplier in here. Open this up. Okay. So what we've got here, we're updating our Y coordinate depending if we are pushing W. We're saying it moves 10 pixels times or by whatever the time multiplier is. So if we remove global time multiplier from these, it means irrespective of the current time multiplier that the room or all the objects in the room are experiencing, this user is not going to be affected by it. Well, this object is not going to be affected by it. So let's remove all of that. There we go. And here we go. Time multiplier gone. Okay, there we go. So movement along our X and Y coordinates will be unaffected by that slowness of time. We have our rotation speed. Let's also remove this a little bit over here. So that's also not going to be affected by the slow time effect. So right now we've got free movement. We've got free rotation. Let's carry on. Replace alarm to reload. Reloading. Okay, so let's remove this too. If he's moving super fast, I assume he can move his hands super fast, so he can reload super fast. Okay, that's all good. What we got here? The pause between each gunshot. Now, this piece of code over here, that relates to the gun. Remember, the gun isn't a superhero. The gun can only shoot as fast as it can always shoot, irrespective of the perspective of whoever's moving super fast. So actually, we need to leave this one in. If you do want to make the gun also shoot as fast as the player can move, then take that out. It's all up to you. So I'm going to leave that in for now. We can fiddle with that later. Let's see what else. We've got collision with object bullet. Okay, nope, that doesn't change anything. That just stops us from going inside the box. Global left button, what does this do? Okay, so this is just creating our bullets wherever we want it to be. And the bullet is flying off at its intended speed. And here we are drawing when we are reloading. And we're also drawing some other cool stuff. Okay, cool. So let's actually test this out and see what happens. Alright, so here's our player. He can move around. He can shoot as per usual. Nothing new here. So if we push spacebar, time is going to slow. Let's see, time is slowing. There we go. He's still shooting at that slow pace, but he can move around super fast. See? It's as if he is unaffected by the slow time. But because the gun can only handle a certain speed, obviously his shooting is slower. You can always remove that. So let's see what happens if we remove that time multiplier from the shooting of the gun. So back in here, object player, step. Okay, so let's remove this a little bit over here. Okay, and let's play it again. So now he'll be able to shoot super fast. Let's just assume that the gun mechanics can handle this increase in speed. Okay, so there we go, he's shooting super fast. Let's slow the time down. See that? Cool, so he's shooting super fast, but the bullets are still traveling their normal speed. So in effect, he's running faster than the speed of a bullet. Pretty cool stuff. So that's how simple it is to actually change my slow time tutorial into any kind of slow time effect that you could possibly want. And you can remove that time multiplier from any object to make it ignore the effects of slowing down of the time. So that's pretty much it. So I hope you found this tutorial educational, helpful. Please feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe for more of this sort of thing. It's pretty crazy. If you like what you see here as well as many of my other ones, you can check out my Patreon campaign. I do appreciate your support, and depending on the amount that you contribute, you get all sorts of cool rewards, such as seeing videos like this a couple days before everyone else. You can ask me all kinds of game-related questions, you can get some advice, you can have access to the betas of all my games, and some patrons can even get my games for free. So check out those rewards, I'm sure you'll be very happy. If you have any suggestions on what tutorials I should cover next, please put them in the comments below or send me a PM. Find the project files straight in the description. So until next time, happy coding, and I'll see you then.